Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back. And the first part of this video is going to be a little bit of a deck tech. We're going to switch things up again. I actually want to copy this. Can you copy out this deck? Yes. Perfect. Feuerbach 3. Properties. Feuerbach. Bolas. Feuerbach. Alright, so as the name already hints at, we're gonna go back to Nicole, and I shouldn't have taken out Kieran completely because we're still gonna maintain 2 copies of her in our main board. So since we're also cutting one of these, we're bringing in 2 Rise and Falls. I think that, alright, let's start differently. So by having back-to-back comparisons between our bolas list that we played the last time and the list that I developed beforehand and was very attuned to and very very comfortable with. The difference was that beforehand I cut a Jace. We cannot cut a Jace. Jace is like the most important proactive card advantage engine that we do have access to. It also is quite phenomenal with Rise Fall, since we can ditch either an extra copy of Jace with Jace and then rise it up again and bring back another creature to our opponent's hand, or we can do the same thing with any of our other creatures. As it stands right now, we do have access to... There's something wrong. There should be... Shouldn't there be one more copy of something? I'm actually not sure. Right. So yeah, Jace needs to be maintained at 3 copies here. So we cut a Logic Knot and Terminate. I figured that Rise Fall at least partially can fill up the role of a Terminate. Of course, it's not the same, but it allows us to at least deal with bigger creatures differently than just through counter magic. Liliana of the Last Hope and Liliana of the Veil still in the game here, and I also want to have a second copy of both in our sideboard. The sideboard overall I'm pretty happy with. We do have stuff against almost anything, and we have to see how the matchup against control develops, like blue-white control specifically, because that has caused some problems lately. And if we don't find a solution to that matchup, then we might have to add Dreadbores either to our main board or to our sideboard, but we're not yet there. So what else can we say here? Kalitas, to be honest, has gotten worse again. It's still a great card, but I'm actually willing to add Kyranos again for the same reason. Where is Kyranos, by the way? Kyranos. Is there... There's no Keranos, okay. So we're not gonna edit Keranos here. But I think for the next iteration, like I'm not gonna make you wait now for it, but for the next iteration I think I'm going up to 2 Damnations and a Keranos again. Yep, everything else seems fine. The only thing that I want to figure out now is if I want to have a 4th cryptic command and probably or potentially go down one of the Lilianas here or do something differently here completely, and then yeah, add another cryptic. All right, that's it for right now. Let's head on and jump into the league. This fucking chair. I hope the sound quality is a little better this time around, and I hope that I'm recording. Yes, I am. I haven't bought a new microphone yet, but I've changed a couple of things around, so I hope I don't have this humming sound underneath my voice. And yeah, that's that. Not a keep. I hate Feet of Rune. Just hate it. This would be any other land. We could probably keep it. Okay. Not right now. Stomping Grounds tapped. I feared so. So we need to take the Colniad expedition here. And then probably counter Beast Within. Although that might not even be necessary. So I guess, can you cycle it for 3. We could of course also stifle the cycle here. But does he have... There is not yet a fetch land in his hand. Scoring a mountain, I'm not too unhappy about that. I'm gonna stifle the Windswept Heath here. So if we had a way of getting back up over 18, that would be great. But we probably, well, we definitely cannot, knowing our deck list. It's already discarding Primeval Titans, that's interesting. Either knowing that Primeval Titan is not good against a Nimble in hand, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think that I want to play the Nimble yet. Just drawing too freaking many lands here. Titan. Well, we could do it for 1. I think I'm gonna do it for 1. But he knows about a Nimble. Now I'm gonna do it for 2. Maybe he has a Simian Spirit Guide. Alright. Cannot have too many lands in hand. I think missed land drop in between. Yeah, Skipdrift and Beast Within. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So opponent should actually also have a lot of fluff floating. I don't understand why we're just fucking drawing lands all over the place. Okay, drew a bolt. Sure. That's fine. So we already got rid of 2 Titans and escape shift. And he also cannot escape shift without it. Alright. I was gonna say without 1 additional land. So that's mountain number 5. The thing is, I think he made a mistake. He would have had to do it on the stack, but it's still our best opportunity here to do that, because like we could just switch it around and Tri-Builder is somewhat annoying. For cryptic command is pretty good. So we wouldn't need to I want to protect our Jays here. What? Crazy shit. Crazy that he's going for us there. Also very interesting. Cool. Nicole Bolas. Does that change anything? In theory, we could of course bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I do have a line here. So, and this is lethal now. Oh, this is very lethal now. Alright, I'm gonna bring in Kalitas here over P and Kieran. Bolas is still alright. Lilian Last Hope, certainly not the best. And then we have to figure out a couple of things here. I actually also don't want to have Lily, I think. Let's see, one Jace has to go. Lily. There are spots for Kalitas, but maybe there's no spot for Nicopolas. Let's see first. We do want to have Collective Brutality. We do want to have Counter Squall. We potentially also want to have Spell Pierce, although that's not too important. And maybe a Surgical, but we also do want to have Fulminated Mage. So that's too many. So it is between Rise and Fall and Collective Brutality. Rise and Fall, of course, is more punishing if we had 2 cards. Collective Brutality, though, gives us a little bit of life. And we can basically not use Rise. Also, Risefall hits Obstinate Baloth, which is not too good. Let's go with a more risky variant here. And we could potentially also, of course, go with Spell Pierce, but against a deck that is mainly winning through lands, that might not be the best choice. Okay, no Search for Tomorrow is already pretty important. I think I want to go for a second Black Source here. Although that cuts us off mana. No, I'm not gonna play it risky. Scape Shift, 3 mountains. Well, that's also not the best hand. 0 mana acceleration. And if he discards a Scape Shift, which I think he needs to Kolaghan's command, then we can just snatch the other one off as well. Unless, of course, he finds an Obstinate Baloth before that is going to happen. Okay, so Escape Shift, 3 out of 5. Let's see what we hit here. Probably Baloth. So he was a little scared of our Nimble there. Discarding a forest. Okay. So since he has no acceleration whatsoever, I think it's pretty safe to play Occultus here. Don't know how we would get punished, but there's certainly a way. Thragtusk. Farseek, sure. That's kinda neat right now. So we actually know what we have to work with here. There's a Valakut. So not really anything to worry about yet. Unless he gets a second Valakut trigger, of course. So he's gonna play a mountain that will trigger the Valakut. In response to the trigger, I'm gonna play Kolaghan's command and make him discard. Because I'm not worried about one trigger here, but the second trigger could be potentially problematic. Unless you find a lightning bolt, of course. Yep. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 1, 8. GG's. Come on. I was about to join that game. Well, that was not the correct one. Sorry. Wilfredo. What's happening? Again, Field of Ruin. Fitted pools. Not sure what our opponent's up to, but okay. Will be Infect? The fuck is going on here? I don't know. It's super weird. Server Visions. Tap land, Inkmoth Nexus, Blighted Agent. Don't know how that fits together in any universe. There are ways that blue has pump spells, but I don't know. Seems super random. So let's see what he did. He put one card to the top, one card to the bottom. I think I'm willing to shock here. Kill the Dingmoth Nexus. Go for the throat. Sure. So I bet that Pink Lore at some point will be worthwhile keeping around, but we can still decide that later. Nimble. So our aim for the next turn is to go Rise on Blighted Agent and potentially Pink Lore. Like, he must have a lot of disruption. Phyrexian Crusader, from red and from white, right? Okay, this is gonna be a devastating turn, I think. For our opponent. Protection from red and from white. So I don't know if it just lets me target it. Oh, okay. Because that would have been crazy. Like, if you could target it, because it's like the other half, and then it reverts because, I don't know, something. He has to take the Snapcaster Mage. If he doesn't have an additional Black Souls here, then he cannot play the Crusader again, which will give us an opening to go Lightning Bolt and Logic Knot. I do not understand this. Do not understand. Get rid of the Bolas? Why? Like, Bolas can't even block that Crusader. What the fuck? Yeah, we'll get a poison counter, but probably not worth it to counter it there. Honestly, do not understand what's going on here. Okay, now he has to have a counterspell, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have waited for so long. A remand even. It's not very impressive. Wilfredo. That wasn't it. Alright, so I do want to have this Spell Pierce. It's a little slower than like green based Infect. Don't want to have this one, but I do want to have both of these. Rise-Fall's still pretty good. Rise-Fall's just, it's overperforming all the time. It's insane. PMK and Lore actually isn't good if we're just playing against creatures that she cannot block. either by one way or the other. Jace is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna take that one out. Kolgan's command is semi-good. It's an insane amount of discard that we're playing right now. But we'll see. I'll let me that. How do you like me now? How do you like me now? Fuck, I still have to do so many things today. But now we're playing. So we have a couple of avenues here. If he chooses to not play anything, then I'm just gonna keep up the Scalding Tron. Okay. I mean, yeah, if he does have Counterspell and is protecting a Crusader in hand. Okay. Which is not. Well, this thing doesn't matter. Thoughtseize. Yeah, I think Thoughtseize matters to a certain degree. Don't want him to know that we only play with 2 lands right now. So that he does not counter our Serum here. Which he might do anyway, but yeah. That is not good. I mean, it's okay in the sense that we're at least getting a couple of counterspells out of his hands. Two cards on top. So there's definitely a threat in there, and most likely a Crusader as well. Motherfucker. Three remands. Okay, so no Crusader. He took his Emergence. So, do we finally get to cast a emergence here? That's the big question. What's up? So, I think I want to have a collective brutality just in case. Our opponent's already running down to 3 cards in hand. If he doesn't find a Crusader soonish, he's gonna have a problem. Well, what a weird deck. It's like, I mean, how are you playing tempo with Remands? Like, what are you banking on? Your opponent not having an answer to Burn Crusader and Blighted Agent whatsoever? Oh no, it doesn't sound like a good game plan. Don't get me wrong, Blighted, it's not. Yeah, let's see. Maybe we'll get it down. Behemoth Nexus. It's just a 10 turn clock. Okay. That one. I mean, he has to have a counter spell here. Why fail push? Sure. So this is a freaking joke. So I'm discarding Terminate because Collective Brutality is the better removal in this instance. Not that it would matter, but alright, one of the weirdest games ever. But anyhow. Also, we didn't even find one of our Lilianas, which is pretty sad. Could of course also go even more into the Junt direction and like get rid of a cryptic commands and play maybe even a Kolgon's command or something. Play 4 Lily's main board. But that is too far in the future. Philly boy. Shit. I do have a good hand, but not a good hand against Elves. Sentinel Druid lead the Stampede. So I think we need to take lead here. Could have also taken Heritage Druid, but as long as he doesn't have a payoff card, we probably can play around most stuff. Okay. So we're gonna draw the bolts. We're gonna kill something. 7 going down to 13. Another Mystic. If we kill the Null Sentinel, taking 6. Going down to 6. What does he have in hand? Must be a land, right? If he finds a Lord, we're probably fucked. Could of course bolt something, block with Snapcaster. That also doesn't sound great though. So Heritage Druid is the clear best card on the board, but we just need to diminish the damage that we're taking here. Okay. So kill here, take 3, go to 2. No. Exactly lethal, even if we kill the Elvish Druids. Fucking looker. Okay. So Veil Liliana goes out, this goes out. I wanna have Last Hope, I wanna have Damnation. This is not good for Bolas though. It's also not a good spot for Icefall, to be honest. So I'm not exactly happy with all the stuff we have to put in again. So there was no other 2-card combination there in his hands. We're gonna keep. So since elves are typically playing close to 0 lands, yep, perfect. Discarded an Archdruid. That's interesting. So if we're shocking here or we're killing the thing beforehand, doesn't really matter. Shit. So hopefully he's inclined to use this to play Lead the Stampede, because otherwise he's gonna lose it. Yep. So I'm actually willing to play Counterbounce here, I think. Counter this, bounce Nettle Sentinel because it untaps, then flip Jace, kill here, make him discard. That's perfect. Always attack the Jace. Ah, come on. Three cards. Archdruid, Elvish, Clankcaller, and Heritage Druid. Horrible. Okay, let's take the Archdruid. Although the Elvish Clankcaller's pretty bad for us as well, right? But will take a while up until. That's gonna be a thing. Man, we've churned through so much already. It's insane. 3 lead the Stumpedes. So obviously I want to kill this thing. Not the clan caller. Well, that didn't work out well. Put it onto the battlefield even. So what happens here? He's gonna do it in response, and yeah, then we're gonna die. Because we won't be able to kill the clan caller anymore. Like, we need the Kalitas right now. This is just bonkers. 4th, lead the Stampede. 0 hits. Alright. It's jumping time. Another clan caller. What the fuck is going on? If we block here, we take 5 with that next turn. If we block here, we take 6. Oh man. Yeah, I think we did the best that we could. This time it just didn't work out. That just didn't work out. On the draw, not a great hand, to be honest, but our opponent's on mulligan to 5. Maybe that will get the difference here. Great, we're playing against humans with an all blue hand. Horrible. Could of course also be Merfolk, but haven't seen Merfolk in a while. So currently he does not have access to the likes of a Mantis. Never mind. There's Mantis Ride, of course, which we cannot block because we don't have any cards in our graveyard. If we manage to find red swords, then we should be able to deal with everything here, but damn it. Without it, we're gonna take some beatings. Oh my god. Although Phantasmal Image is pretty weak to Jace. Are you fucking with me? Come on, man. Thanks. So I think we're starting things off with Cryptic just tap draw. Then we have 3 cards in the graveyard. Next turn we can go bolt something. We cannot go tap bounce though. Well, of course this isn't great, but it's also not too bad. Because now we can actually block the road with Nicol Bolas. So we're gonna kill the Mantis Rider. So if it acts with that noble hierarch here, yeah, just got the corner. Really unhappy with that Elves match. I think I could have used that Polygon's command earlier. Shouldn't have been that greedy. Of course, not knowing what he does have in hand. Like the card that he drew could have also been just a land, and then of course that would have been better, but I think we need to top that one just to get to Kolgan's command in time. Alright. Champion of Parish, Phantasmal Image. So Phantasmal Image is also pretty weak to Rise-Fall. Interesting that he boarded this member. Which member? Correct. Whoops. So as far as we know, he has 2 non-land cards in hand. Man, I love Rise-Fall. It's insane. So, of course, we could be waiting for what's going to come. But if it is a meddling mage and he names Kolgan's command, then we're pretty fucked in this spot. Therefore, oops, no, not 2 damage. There's a meddling mage. Correctly anticipated. Perfect. What the fuck's this, by the way? So we went 2020, 0220. This is not fine with me. But I'm gonna be honest here. In this shell, like we're playing right now, P and Kieran lore is the weakest cards because we have changed like basically our whole concept of how we play and perceive the game. We're sourcing our value here and now, whereas in the beginning, like we sourced our value through P and Kieran lore, and I think we might need to cut completely, at least in the main board. it's still a good card, and it does help us in certain spots. It's also great still against Affinity and also against creature matchups, of course, but it's great as well against Infect. But we might have to put it into the sideboard. Like, I'm super happy with this now, and kind of happy with this, though I don't think I want to have Liliana of the Veil in main board. But that's just a development here. Bolas is changing so much, or Bolas and Rise and Fall are changing so much of our deck that we need to adapt here, and we're not yet there. Shock Trooper, great, we're playing Blue Moon. That's not a good matchup for us. But we're gonna try it. I think he's playing solely not Blue Moon, Blue Tron. He's just not playing anything else. Kind of sad, but what are you gonna do? So we need mana, not this mana, but it's fine. Yeah, he had put a card to the top of his library. Well, I guess we're gonna try it. Let's test if he has a counter spell or not. Because our hand's not getting better. Of course. What else? Walking Ballista. Well, that's not too scary yet. Do you have another remount? Or have you been acting? Come on, motherfucker. Fuck you. Yeah, this is basically over. Like, hate to say it, but with the cards that we have access to right now, it doesn't make any sense to play here. Liliana has to be somewhat scary for him. But Walking Ballista just doesn't, or Liliana just doesn't line up well against Walking Ballista. Also O-Stone and that other motherfucker aren't so great for us. So I think I'm gonna hit things off with an Inquisition just to rid him of a potential expedition map. Although of course I would rather like to start with Surgeons. But if he doesn't have an expedition map, then probably he doesn't have a turn 2 play, and therefore we can go turn 2 Surgeons. Alright, so actually the strongest card here is Thirst for Knowledge. Trinket Mage is good as well and can fetch a Walking Ballista, I think. Yeah. So I would assume that he's going to try to play Trinket Mage here. Is it not? Interesting. So if we don't counter this, he's going to come around with the Solemn Simulacrum. Therefore, I think this is fine. He's gonna get a Scry too, yeah. I mean, we could have also paid, but Solemn Simulacrum there. pretty bad for us. I was already like, oh, it's a Karn, he can play it for a while. But of course, that's not what happened. So, of course, we don't know what he does have in hand, but so what's more important here? Breaking up his Tron, which could be important, definitely, before it occurs, or killing the Academy Ruins, because that's definitely his best card. We can already kill this, so that's definitely gonna happen. I think if we are getting hit by a walking, okay, so he does have Tron now. We need one more land. Good land. Not a good timing though. Actually, I think like before I wanted to have Fulminated Mage, but we won't get rid of that Wurmcoil engine otherwise. Whoops. So the question is, does he have another Academy Ruins? Tonic Edge. And that he always draws that thirst for knowledge right exactly in that moment where he needs to develop his board. That's pretty neat. Okay. Motherfucker. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna lose like basically all of our lands right now. What? Well, without a tar pit, we will not be able to play cryptics whatsoever. Yeah, we're like, if nothing happens, we're gonna deploy our Snapcaster Mage by the end of turn. At least try it. What does he have in hand? He must have insane amounts of counter magic in hand. There's just no other way. Like, this is going like it's going. Card to the top. Definitely gonna get hit by a counter spell, but just trying to to rid him of a couple. Right, I'm taking the remands, but I'm not gonna let this resolve. Walking Ballista. Moving again. Yep, I think that is it. Yeah, we would have never gotten our counterspell through. I'm not unhappy. I'm not super happy. I'm just rationally thinking about those two matchups that were very different from one another. Yet we lost both 2-0 or 0-2. Mono Tron definitely is a matchup where we are a dog, even more so than against Green Tron. But we can also win that one. The Elves matchup I will take as something for the statistics, those 5 to 10% that we lose. Well, let me know what you think. Gonna throw Lily of the Veil out. This comes in. This out. This comes in. This comes out. And it's also yet another control match or matchup that we lost, which concerns me to a certain degree. I think Bolas is actually 2 off, and we're playing a 4th Cryptic instead. Can't find the 3rd one. Well, guys, let me know what you think. As I said, like the bottom half of our deck's fine now, but we're not performing up here. Not as good as we used to. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. It was still a fun league. Many unusual decks. And have a good week, guys. I'm probably going to be streaming one evening during this week and then maybe next weekend. See you guys.